Special Patrol, how fortunate we are. What now?
Oh dear. Chariots.
Okay. And not just any chariots, because those horses look like they want to eat you.
5 chariots, drawn by fearsome beasts that are only a little like horses, charge out of the city and come thundering across the grassland. Your first reaction is to run for the forest, but the chariots are moving at a terrific pace, and you know they could ride you down before you reach the trees. The riders whoop with glee as they spread out to encircle you. Do you wish to use your bow? Do you wish to use your hand weapon to defend yourself? Or would you rather surrender?
Well, we need to get into the city, so surrender.
We could do that, but we run the risk that they actually just take our weapons and equipment from us. So I don't know. Can we deal with that, the fact that we might risk up running around unarmed and then just having to snap these guys' necks?
Remember that the person who helps us is a citizen here. It's not exactly going to help us if we just start slaying the folks of the city.
Fair point.
Okay,
So,
yeah, let's try to surrender and hope we can get our equipment back.
Yeah, and hope they forget about those 6 bodies we have left behind.
Hey, they attacked us!
Yeah, I'm just glad we pushed them into the bushes.
The chariots screech to a halt and a score of Urukor guards leap from the riding platforms. They come scurrying towards you, their glass-tipped spears thrust before them at arm's length. Valida commands them to surround you. His order is swiftly obeyed and you are escorted back to the gates of the city at spear point. In a frenzy of excitement, the citizens of Thars press forward on all sides, pawing, prodding, and staring slack-jawed as you are brought along the main street, which leads directly to the Grey Tower. Your escort are hard-pressed to keep the crowd at bay, and by the time you reach the tower door, your clothes are disheveled and you are scratched and bruised. You lose 2 endurance points.
Okay.
With a loud grating rumble, the stone door moves inwards, and you are given into the charge of 3 bronze-clad Urukor wardens. They usher you up a winding stair to a bare chamber, floored and walled with smooth stone slabs. Silently, a section of the drab wall moves aside, and silhouetted in the opening stands the tall, feline shape of a remarkable creature. "I am Siraka," she purrs hypnotically, "and I bid you welcome, lone wolf. Come, enter my chamber so that we may discuss your reasons for journeying so far to seek my help." Do you wish to use side screen?
Yeah, please.
You sense that Siraka is imprisoned in a cage of psychic energy which surrounds her chamber and prevents her from passing through the opening. This energy is extremely powerful and has been synchronized to react to her brainwaves alone. To enter the chamber would cause you no injury, but if she ever attempted to pass through the invisible wall, the resulting release of force would be enough to destroy both her and the entire city of Thars.
Okay, someone really does not want her to get out of there.
Yeah, they kind of strapped a, well, if you will, a nuke to her. Cautiously, you pass through the opening and follow Siraka into a tall domed chamber that is supported by a circle of huge rose-veined marble pillars. At its center stands a large table, and from the ceiling directly above, a flood of light pours down, reflecting and refracting upon its crystal mosaic surface, and bathing the chamber walls in spectral colors. She bids you take a seat at the table, and as she lowers herself elegantly into a seat opposite, you cannot but admire her beauty. Her face has the feline characteristic of a young lioness, yet her eyes and her youthful body are distinctly human, save for the soft velvety nab which covers her flesh. She bears an aura that is powerful and confident, and at the same time she seems vulnerable and sad. Also, there's a picture of her.
Alright, let us have a look.
Here's Siraka. Didn't I see her in Star Trek once?
No idea if you did. Ah, there she is. That key sort of looks like, what is it called, a David star?
How do you know my name, you ask, slightly unnerved by the familiar way in which she welcomed you to her chamber. There's much I know about you, she replies, voraciously, and at once you sense that you are in the presence of a godlike being. Your land and your fight against the force of darkness who threatens to conquer it are but a part of the struggle which rages through the planes of existence. It is your world and your fight that has become the focus of this conflict between the powers of good and evil. She pauses a minute, staring deeper into you as she continues. Upon you depends the future of us all. Stunned by
So yeah, no pressure.
Thank you. You are the chosen one, by the way. Stunned by the enormity of what she has said, you shake your head in open mouth silence. No, how can this be? You breathe very crisply. There are those who seek to shape destiny, and those upon whom destiny falls. Destiny has chosen you, Lone Wolf, and you cannot refuse it, for it will force itself upon you. Should we get our rape whistle out now?
No, but I'm just.
Well,
Yeah,
she is supposed to resemble Bastard of Egyptian mythology, I guess. And Bastard is, among other things, the goddess of love and sex.
Okay, yeah, anyways. I am an adult.
Oh shit. No. Okay. Move on before Cobra quotes more Vegeta lines.
But how have I become the focus of such a struggle, you reply. We are all a part of it, she says. The worlds of Aeon and the Dacian are shaped by the action of those who exist there. Yet the time has now come when the actions of one individual will shape the future of both worlds. You are that individual, Lone Wolf, and your actions are destined to shape the future of every living thing. But what if I refuse, you say nervously? What then will happen to the future? You cannot refuse, she says softly, for everything that you do is bound up with your destiny. Your vow to complete the Magna Chi quest and restore the Kai, will you give that up? Will you forsake your country and its future security? Will you abandon Magnemon to the evil of the Dark Lords? No, by your very nature, because of your honor and your courage, you will act out your part. What then must I do, you ask? You must do what you have always done. You must listen to the words of those who will help you, and you must let your skills and instincts be your guide. She leans forward and sweeps her hand slowly across the surface of the table. The light dims and patterns take shape amongst the tiny squares of crystal. Observe and learn, she says, for the images will impart knowledge that will aid your quest for the lost stone of your ancestors. The flickering patterns drawn into focus, and you see before you a panoply of strange scenes, and the faces of many unknown creatures, some human, some bestial, and some that defy description. Many of the events which have befallen your world are mirrored here in the Dacian, says Soraka, as you watch, with growing fascination, the images of a battle taking place between men and beasts. We too are threatened by the forces of darkness. Many ages ago we triumphed over evil, but our victory was incomplete. Now our nemesis has come in the guise of the Chaos Master. Everywhere his seething corruption encroach upon the goodly realms of the Dacian, twisting and consuming all they touch. The visions of a battle fades and is replaced by a living map, similar to the light pictures you were shown by the beholder of Giannis. Here is the realm that lies between the elemental strongholds of earth and water. Once this region was rich and populous with the creatures of light, but now it lies ravaged by the cancerous realm of Paradox. Only Vosada and Melodor continue to exist. The others have either disappeared into the neverness or been transformed into desolate wastelands. Here, she says, pointing to the middle of the table, is the Nargoth forest, once the most fertile of the great timberlands. Now the scourge of chaos splits it asunder. And here, the plain of Guacor, the mightiest realm the Dacian has ever known, reduced to dust by the plague of fire-breathing Senga. Tears well up in her eyes, and you sense that the vision of Guacor has stirred painful memories. Do you wish to ask about that, or would you rather not stir up her grief?
Okay, let us be a gentleman here and not really poke into the issue. Right.
And Rana was met with a deafening silence.
I'm waiting for Q&A to answer.
Well, if it makes her so sad and she's been nothing but helpful, let's remain polite and not ask.
Okay. Soraka blinks away her tears and forces herself to concentrate on the matters in hand. Again, the image fades from the table and a new one takes its place, a picture of forested hills and steep side valleys. This is where the Lost Stones emerge from the Shadow Gate, she says, her voice now calm and controlled. I detected their presence immediately, for the power they radiate is extraordinary. Where is this place, you ask? It is the Nargoth Forest, close to the border with Melodor. I estimate that the Lost Stones lie within a few hundred yards of Tolakos, the ancient burial ground of the Melodorians, she replies, but with caution in her voice. Is this not good news, you ask, relieved to know at least where the objects request are situated? Yes, it is, but for the struggle now taking place in the region, the Meladorians are locked in battle against the forces of the Chaos Master, who is determined to claim all of the Nargoth for himself. Tolakos is but a few leagues from where the fighting is fiercest. Then I must retrieve the Lost Stone quickly, you say, rising from your seat in your eagerness to press on with your quest. Indeed you must, but it would benefit you not if you were to reclaim them and then be unable to return to your homeworld for the lack of knowing where to go. Be patient a little longer, Lone Wolf, and I shall show you where in all this vast region of the Desian you can find the one shadow gate that leads to Magnamund.
Okay, speak up.
The vision of the Nargoth forest dissolves and a new one takes its place. It is of a city perched atop a rocky cliff, surrounded by a wall fortified with towers and grim bastions. Red flames glare from a row of tiny windows, and its huge stone gate is emblazoned with the symbol of a fiery dragon. This is Hogadar, says Sirocco cheerlessly. Once it was the home of the Sandai, the rulers of the great plains that stretched to the very edge of the strongholds of earth. They were the first to fall to chaos, and now their plains are dead and empty wastelands of sterile rock and poisoned sand. Hogadar was claimed by the Chaos Master, and it became his abode, but as his foul empire expanded, he grew tired of it and abandoned it for other, less remote cities. It lay deserted for an age before outlaws and refuge from Guaco sought sanctuary there from the creatures of chaos. It is now a forgotten city, yet within its heart there lies a secret that even the Chaos Master failed to discover. The Sandai were the guardians of a Shadow Gate. Long had they kept hidden this portal whilst they searched for a means to enter it, for unlike the Shadow Gates of your world, those of the Desian are closed. Only those who possess a key can pass from this realm into the universe of Aeon. Where is this key which allows entry to the Shadow Gate of Hogador, you ask anxiously. Sirocco raised her eyes from the table and smiles. Power is the key, and the power is now within your grasp. The two Lore Stones of Nyxetia are the power. They are the key to your escape from the Desian. You must retrieve them from Tolakos in the Nargoth forest, and then go to Hogadar. The Shadow Gate is to be found in the Temple of the Sandai at the center of the city. I can help you reach Tolakos, but beyond the Nargoth my power of vision grow dim. You must let your skills and this map be your guide. And you've gotten a map. So here's your new map. Finally a map that actually shows where you are.
Let us have a look.
So the two Lore Stones are in Guaco.
In Nargoth.
Ah. And where's the third one?
Well, you grabbed the third one before you fell into the gate.
Oh.
It's part of you now.
Oh dear, 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 dear.
So, I guess you get to the Nargoth forest, then go over the plains of Guacor, and then you just need to get to the Hogador.
Yeah, but here actually seems like a nice place to, stop for this time.
It sort of is. But however, we got a map this time around, so now we know where to go the next time.
Yeah.
I don't like the look of those areas called Nevernest.
I do not like it either, trust me.
Let's see, you are, well, not exactly halfway, but very close to halfway through the adventure. I'd say maybe 35% through the story. Well, lengthwise. There are clusters of choices I can see here, and both do change things up a bit, but okay. We can stop here.
Okay.
Thank the...
If you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just do that.
Okay.
Roland, will you save the map for next time?
I can just give you the map next time too. I'm saving the page where we start on.
Okay.
Okay.
So, and the map is part of that page, so I'll just give it to you. So, this has been Eric Cobra.
And Ron and Araja.
And Warlord 1.
And this has been Let's Play Lone Wolf 1.
Ah! You've got to go, friend.
Yeah, why does that keep happening?
Yeah, that should not happen.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's quite puzzling, to be honest. I'm baffled.
Huh?
I have no
You're not
idea.
interested in me anymore?
Oh, God.
And I think I might just have gotten grey hair. Thank you for that.
See you all around.
Yeah, seriously, I have no idea why that keeps happening. See you all around.
See you.